begin the main quest, make your way over to the doctor's quarters area to find this monolith. You will need to kill 3 boom shriers in the general area to clear away the vines on this monolith. You will then need to find the 3 rings that go into this monolith. The first ring is on the ground level of the main hut in this room on this table here. The second ring is on a table next to the Pack-a-Punch here, and the last ring is inside the doctor's quarters on this table here. Once you have all 3 rings, you can place them in the monolith. Next, we're going to need to find and translate 3 Japanese characters into symbols that we can input into the monolith. The first character is in the comm room on this desk, the second character is on the crafting table in the dig site, and the last character requires you to shoot the books off of this table in the main hut to reveal the character. To translate these characters into symbols, you can either use an outside photo reference, or you could come over to the doctor's quarters and look at this piece of paper that has all of the translations. However, you will need to use either a Molotov or thermite to reveal every single symbol. Once you've translated the 3 characters into 3 symbols, make your way back over to the monolith and input those symbols. Don't worry, no zombies can harm you during this step. Rotate the rings and light up your 3 symbols in the top center column. If done incorrectly, you are free to try again immediately. If done correctly, you should see a glowing stone nearby. The next step requires the Wonder Waff, so be sure to check out my guide on how to build it. Interact with that glowing stone and a lockdown will begin. All you need to do is shoot these zombies that are glowing blue in the general area of the monolith. It's a generously big area, so don't be nervous about getting them super close. But this lockdown is tougher than you think. Don't be afraid to play a couple rounds and buy more perks and get better armor and equipment for this step. If done successfully, you will see a big glowing orb and hear a small bit of dialogue. Next, you will need to get flogger kills to fill up this empty perk altar with zombie blood. Go ahead and drink the zombie blood and walk over to this map of Shi No Numa. On this map, you will see a red X on one of the huts. Make your way to whichever hut that is and look around for a glowing blue mirror piece. This tends to be in the ceiling of these huts for me. Once you've found it, shoot it a few times. It should come down to a spot where you can pick it up. Go back and drink another zombie blood and begin searching the main spawn hut for a glowing red orb. Once you find it, follow it wherever it takes you. Use caution. There will be a substantial amount of boom shriers during this step. Follow the orb until it reveals the second piece of the mirror, then pick it up. If you need more zombie blood, you can refill the perk altar at any point in time with more flogger kills. Next, go over to the dig site and place the mirror pieces on this altar to reveal a blue orb on one of the surrounding stones. Interact with the blue orb and pay close attention to where it flies off to. Follow it and then shoot it wherever it lands. You will need to shoot it a total of 3 times before it returns to the altar at the dig site. Heads up, this is now the boss fight. Interact with the orb to begin the boss fight. Similar to the first lockdown, you will need to kill the glowing blue enemies with the Wonder Waff in close proximity to the center altar. Once you've killed enough blue enemies, a bubble will appear. Ensure that the Echo Boss is within this sphere and begin shooting its head and masks to deal damage. If you've dealt enough damage, one of her masks should break and you will move on to the next stage. The next 2 stages are identical to the first stage, with the exception being that instead of a glowing blue zombie you need to eliminate, Stage 2 will have boom shriers glowing blue, and Stage 3 will have stormkriegers glowing blue. However, the remaining aspects are the same. Once the sphere appears, lure Echo into it and begin dealing damage until her mask breaks. Once again, don't be afraid to burn a couple of rounds before entering this boss fight to ensure you have the right equipment, perks, and armor to complete the fight. Once the boss fight is over, go ahead and pick up the artifact. Congratulations, you did it. Also, for the first time in 6 years since Gorod Krovi, the game will continue after the main quest is completed. Thank you, Treyarch. That is awesome. But for more of the best zombie content on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and stay beautiful.